सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। We'll read from 6th verse. Yaf purvam tapaso jatam adhyaf purvam ajayat guham pravishya tishtantam यो भूतेभिर्व्यपश्यत एतद्वैतत् या प्राणेन सम्भवति अदितिर्देवतामयी गुहां प्रविश्य तिष्ठन्तीम् या भूतेभिर्व्यजायत एतद्वैतत् अरण्योर्निहितो जातवेदा गर्भ इव सुप्रीतो गर्भणीभिः दिवे दिव ईड्यः जागृवद्भिः हविष्मद्भिः मनुष्येभिः अग्निः एतद्वैतत् अगेन अरण्योर्निहितो जातवेदा गर्भ इव सुप्रीतो गर्भणीभिः दिवे दिव ईड्यः जागृवद्भिः हविष्मद्भिः मनुष्येभिः अग्निः एतद्वैतत् We had seen from 5th verse the topic of the Vishwa, Virat, Tejas and Hiranyagarbha, Pragya and Ishwar. All that is consciousness. This is called Sarvatma Bhava. So, Sarvatma Bhava means what? Sarvam Atma Eva. Everything is Atma only. Whether it is small or big, whether it is thought or it is the unmanifest. Other than that, nothing else exists. This topic is telling that the Atma, everything is Atma. Sarvatma Bhava word, everything is Atma. It's said from Bhat Samandhandikaran. What do you mean by that? Supposing I say this flower is also Atma. This flower is also Atma. What does it mean? If you say this flower is Atma, the flower also is the consciousness. So flower is modifying or not? Flower is modifying also. So flower is Saguna also. Flower is Bhautik also. Elemental also. Flower is Drishya also. Flower has Agama Paina also. You mean to say if flower is Atma, so modification is in the flower, that means modification is also in the Atma. What do you want to say? No. When it is said everything in the world is Atma, don't take the literal meaning. Then what meaning to take? When the name and form of the flower are negated, what remains is the Atma. This is called Bad Samanyadhikaran. Just keep this in your mind. If you don't understand, don't worry. So after, like you say, that a snake is nothing but the rope only. A snake on the rope is nothing but the rope only. So you mean to say the snake is like rope? No. After negating means? Negating means mentally falsifying, not physical removing. It is not a physical act. It's not something gross physical act. Well, we have to negate the world. Well, throw an atom bomb, Atma will come out. It's not like that. It is not destroying. It's not demolishing physically. It's intellectually understanding that this is not true. It's called negation. Very frequently used word in Vedanta. You have to hear everything now. Like somebody said that blueness of the sky is nothing but space. It does not mean space is blue. It does not mean space is blue. It means when you remove the intellectually, you falsify the blueness, then actually that is space. It's called Bad Samanyadhikaran, in technical word is there. So in this verses from 5 to 10, because the whole world is divided into microcosmic and macrocosmic. Microcosmic means which is one unit, individual unit, and macrocosmic means which is the biggest unit. Like your body is microcosmic and this Brahmand is macrocosmic. The biggest form is there. Like there is a earth element in your body, that is a microcosmic, but there is a big earth element outside also, that is a macrocosmic. So macrocosmic is always infinite. There is no limit to it. You cannot say only this much space is there. Space is, somebody asks, till which point is there space? I said your question is not right. Because if you say this point, then after that also you say space is not there. After will exist in space only. You can't say till this point is this space. How far is this space? So they use the word well, infinite. Infinite is just to satisfy your intellect. What is infinite? Define infinite. It is some place called infinite. Well, keep on going, keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. Then what will happen? We'll get some place called infinite pur. It's not like that. It's not like that. And therefore microcosmic is very, very big. In Sagun Sakar, infinite has another meaning. So, Pragya and Ishwar, Hiranyagarbha and Tejas, Vishwa and Virat. You should have good understanding about this. All this is nothing but the consciousness only. Ishavasyam idagam sarvam. Everything is consciousness. Nothing can be padosya vishwabhutani tripadasya dirvam divya. So everything is that Purush only. This is the meaning of these verses. So consciousness do not objectify or do not limit it. Do not try to constrict it. Do not try to modify it. Do not try to individualize it. Or do not try even to think that consciousness is very big. That also is not true. Because bigness is being illumined by the consciousness. Big world is a different kind of world. Big doesn't tell the magnitude. It's a big mosquito. A big mosquito and a big elephant, both where bigness is different. Dimension of big mosquito, if mosquito is this big also, you say, oh my God, such a big mosquito. So this big mosquito is there. I don't know you have seen or not this big mosquito. You've seen that? So, this big mosquito. Sure. This big. Seen them this big. It must be spider then, not mosquito. इतना बड़ा मस्किटो कहाँ मिले? होता है? अच्छा। हाँ? कहाँ? नहीं, इतना बड़ा मस्किटो. Anyway, topic is different. So, but when I say big elephant, bigness is very big elephant is there. There's a very, very big building. A big building has another meaning, So consciousness is not big and consciousness is not small. It is the substratum behind the bigness and smallness. This is where a person who is not trained in Vedantic thinking. Training is a difficult process because we are not trained to subjectify something without time and space. We are always trained to objectify. All education is of the object. From the childhood, all education is about the object. Physics, chemistry, biology, history is about time, geography is about space, physics is about some object. External, everything is external. Medical science is about external. Engineering is about something external. Accounts is about something external. And everything exists in the dimension of time and space. And therefore we have unconsciously trained our mind that everything is in time and space. And we always have the habit of seeing anything with the limiting adjuncts. This is the upadhis which is there. Now when you come in Vedantic class, and this is said that Atma is the one which is illuminating the Ishwaran Pragya also, and which is not in time and space, their mind gets a jerk. Mind is not made for thinking like that. We have never subjectified anything. We have never gone through the subject which is beyond the upadhis. We have always thought of something with the upadhis. Because our problem is that we have constricted the consciousness, and therefore we are superimposing the nature of conditionings on the unconditioned. Nature of conditionings on the unconditioned. How will you say? Nature of upadhi on unupahit and making it upahit. Nature of upadhi I have superimposed. Nature of conditioning I have superimposed on the unconditioned, and seeing the unconditioned as the conditioned. Actually, unconditioned has never become conditioned. The appearance of the conditioning on the unconditional is only intellectual. It is not a physical phenomenon. It's not a physical thing that has happened. Everything we limit and see. Only what is this? Only this is a hall. What is this? Only this is a man. What is that? Sun. What is this? Only this is a water. What is that? Only that is a plant. Who are you? I am Mr. P.K.G. Gupta. What? P.K.G. Achha. What is mistake everywhere? Everywhere. I am just talking about the conditioning only. That unconditioned self I am only seeing along with the conditioning. Only what wrong I am seeing if it is a tree? If it is a plant, if it is a water, what wrong I am saying? Big wrong you are saying. What wrong I am saying? It is the pure consciousness with the conditioning of water. It is not water. It is the pure consciousness. It is the Atma appearing as a water. But what is this? This is space. This is not a space. It is the Atma. It is a Chaitanya. With the conditioning of the space, it is appearing as a space. This is the intellectual shift in thinking. फिर से समझ लो. बोले but this is not a desk. No. Not a desk. No. Then what is it? It is the existence, pure existence or a consciousness in which there is a conditioning of a particular dimensional, three-dimensional thing with this shape and this object. That particular existence is called desk here. This is what is mentioned here. But we don't see more than the desk. We don't see more than the wooden desk. Well, is it not a man here? No. Then, well, this is the pure consciousness appearing with a condition by a specific shape which is called man. Actually, when you say only man is this, it's a totally incomplete knowledge. He is not a man. He is not a man. It's the consciousness, infinite consciousness, which in the proximity of a particular shape, it is the name of the consciousness you are calling a man. So he is a man, is a wrong knowledge. Then he is a consciousness with incidental appearance of a man on him. He is a consciousness with incidental appearance of the man on him. Well, a man has died. So the incidental appearance is gone now. Only consciousness is remaining now. This vision is called Sarvatma Bhav. If you are finding difficult, never mind. Some difficulty may be there because we are fixed in our thinking. We are fixed in our wrong thinking. We have trained ourselves wrongly, and from the burst together it is there. Spiritual life gives a jolt, whether you hear Bhakti or Vedanta. Because regular practice, that what we do, that gets a shock somewhere. But it's a good shock. It's a waking shock. You feel acha. Therefore it will take time to understand. Oh my God, I'm so afraid. So don't get afraid. So let us now come back to the topic. So we saw the one pragya, when etad vaitad is mentioned. So one meaning I said that prag is pragya. One more meaning is said, like prag and Ishwar are consciousness. Etad, one meaning was why prag is equal to Ishwar, then I said underlying consciousness is one. Other one, which is also I have heard, that prag and Ishwar both are understood for etad and tat is for consciousness. Hiranyagarbha and Tejas both are etat and both are consciousness. Now let us see, we had remaining Virat. Which mantra is Virat? 8 mantra. So fifth was oneness, the Prag and Ishwar is consciousness, and 6th, 7th and 9th was Tejas and Hiranyagarbha is consciousness, and only one mantra is there which is saying that Vishwa and Virat is consciousness. Okay, so this is a lateral shift of thinking is required. Lateral shift, and nobody else can do it for you. Now what is said here, it's a little technical and little different kind of mantra. This 8 mantra, I'll give you the background, then we can go ahead. It is said there is an Agni word was there. You remember there were 3 meanings of Agni was there. But I don't, when you say, you didn't tell about that. In the first Valli, one was a specific fire kindled by a specific procedure with a specific mantra. One meaning was that. Another meaning of fire was ritual, and third meaning of fire was Virat. You remember so fast. Very good students. So one meaning of Agni was Virat. Achha. One more meaning, so one is called Vyasamashti Virat. Other meaning will be called Vaishvanaraha Agni. Vaishvanaraha Agni means digestive fire. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashrita Pranapana Samayukta Pachamyannam Chaturvidham. Bhagavan says, I am fire here. And when you eat the food, I am the fire who digests it. Why digest it? What are you digesting? You ate the gross food. So he converts into carbohydrate, energy, blood, and puts in the whole body. Your dal doesn't go in the veins, okay? पता लगा कि you got hurt and dal is coming out. It's not like that. It has been converted into respective organs. Or rice is not straight away gone in and it had gone and straight as rice. It gets converted into carbohydrate. Carbohydrate has energy, protein. So it gets converted into flesh. Something converts into bones. So this process of digesting, it needs some fire. And if you don't have, then that is called acidity is there. If you don't eat properly, you will have acidity. So Bhagavan says, I am that digestive fire. Jatara Agni it is called. Therefore one should not drink lot of water after eating food. Because if you drink water, the fire is extinguished as per Ayurveda. So at least give half an hour, 40 minutes for drinking water after you take food. Don't drink too much of water. And before taking food also don't drink. When will you eat? So after half an hour, 45 minutes, then you drink water. But I feel like, the habit is there. So that is not considered good that you drink lot of water because there's a big confusion. It extinguishes the digestive fire. Anyway, that is not a part of the sloka. So you need not write on the notes that don't drink water. This is just. So there is something called Vaishvanara Agni and there is something called Samashti Virat Agni. So Agni is outside the body and Agni is inside the body also. Fire is outside also, fire is inside also. Now, please understand. Now I'm coming back to the outside Agni. Any form of external object can represent Virat. Like this also has fire. This mic also has fire. Anything which has a form, it has fire. This also has fire. So anything can represent the fire. But here Upanishads take the yajna fire. Yajna fire. The fire which is in the yajna shala. So, where is the ritualistic fire located? So we have to know what is the ritualistic practice for that. So how they kindle the fire? One day I was telling, not by lighter. Not by lighter that you had a lighter to light the cigarette and with that you can put the fire like that. It's not like that. They was using a technical way. There were logs of woods were there. It is called aranih. Aranih. So there was one wood like this, and in that one wood there is a hole is there slightly. Not hole, some kind like this, like this much space is there. And on that another log of wood is there. And then they churn a lot. And friction is created. Lot of churning is there. Lot of churning that is in YouTube is also there. Because fire is hidden in that aranih pair. In the wood, fire is hidden. When you churn and because of the friction, the fire comes up. And that fire is being, then they take the cotton, etc. And that cotton is used to light the fire in the yajna. Only thing, it takes lot of time. It takes, therefore, we don't use that commonly because it was tedious process. But otherwise it was popular at that time. And therefore Upanishad is talking about aranih here. Okay. So this fire represents what? Virat. Third number. This fire represents Virat. So ritualistic people worship Bahya Agni. Those who are ritualistic, two kinds of people are there. One are ritualistic and other set of people worship Vaishvanara Agni by practicing meditation on Vaishvanara Agni. So there are two kinds of people. One is the Upasak, other is ritualist. Both words you have heard earlier. So one is Bahya Agni, external fire, other is internal fire. So those who are ritualistic people, what they do? They worship the fire. Bahya Agni they worship. And those who are Upasak, they worship Antar Agni also. And they think that this Antar Agni is Bahya Agni also. The fire inside the body is fire outside also. So this comes in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad also. So there is lot of mantra. Agni Brahman is there. So that is there. Here Virat is mentioned as a Agni Tattva. Okay. And now this Karmi, he protects the fire. Earlier days, as I told you, matchstick was not there. Garepatya Agni was there. 5 kind of Agni was there. I had told also one day. Garepat Agni was there, and they used to maintain that Agni in their house also. All the time Agni was maintained. That concept was different at that time. And this is now mentioned here. Let us now see. So you are using the Agni to see the Virat. You are using the Agni. Upasak is seeing the Virat in the Agni. This is called Upasana. Nikrishta Vastuni Utkrishta Bhava. So he is seeing the Virat in the Agni. Like you see the country in the flag. Like that is there. And Upasak is also seeing the Agni. Where? Sorry, the Karmi ritualist is also seeing the Agni in his Karma card. So one is worshipping Bahya Agni, other is worshipping oneness of internal Agni with the external Agni. Now let us come to the mantra. Aranyoho nihita jat veda. Jat veda means Agni. Aranyoho means in both the Agnis. In both the arani, nihita means hidden. In both the arani, log of wood, you see the mantra. In both the wood, Atmanam aranim kratva pranamam chottararanam jnanam nirmatnabhyasat vasham dhati pandita. So this is in Kaivalya Upanishad. Their arani word is very commonly used. Can you see the examples like Yagyashala, forest? This example. Nowadays example will be regarding microchip, or it will be regarding sometimes they have, somebody was asking somebody identification. Earlier they used to have identification on their hand when the form was filled. So they used to ask one question: any identification in your hands, in your body? Have you heard that? So earlier days, so people had etched somewhere Om or Ram in their hand. Have you heard? Not tattoos. Have you? Anybody has mark in your hand? Nobody has. Don't see now. We'll be knowing that. Is there? Acha, where? Okay. What is there? Huh? Eagle. Arey Jabardast mark. so, so they used to find out. So nowadays some mark was there. So one question paper came formed. Any identification in the body? So the boy wrote mobile in the hand. So that was the identification. Aranyoho nihita jat veda. Then what shall we do? And for that it is said. So that is there. So yogi bihi. Yogi bihi means upasaka. Upasakas. Garb iva subhritaha. Like the baby in the womb is well protected by the garbhani bihi, by the pregnant woman. If the mother is pregnant, she has to take care. Especially first 3 months is very critical, because the umbilical cord is very thin at that time. Otherwise, she does not go and play cricket or volleyball. At that time, Violent movements are not allowed. Even they fall down, that is also considered risky also. Therefore, that Agni should be well protected. Garbhani bihi, antarvatni bihi, agarhita annapan bhojanati. So, Shankaracharya Bhagavan says, agarhita annapani. She should not eat something prohibited. Unprohibited consumption should be there. So she should not be eating lot of chili, etc., lot of alcohol, etc. That is not allowed at that time. Otherwise, the baby will come out who will be very hot and will be burning with anger. Like, what is his name? क्या नाम था उसका? What was his name? Like Dushasan, etc. were there. When Duryodhan was born, I think who said Bhishpita, or somebody said kill him right away. Only this boy will destroy the whole clan. पता नहीं क्या गलती हो गई गांधारी से. Terrible child came up who destroyed the whole and fought with God's people also. So aranyo nihita jatveda garb iv subrita. Subrita means well protected. Subrita garbani bihi. Subrita sushtu sambrita, respectfully protected. Iti ittameva drigvibhi. So this way, this Agni should be protected by the Upasakas and by the Karmis, by the ritualist also. Means what? Means what? Whatever they are doing as a Upasana, that Upasana, Upasak should protect his thought. And Karmi should protect the Agni because he has to do the Karm Kand. So see what is here. And what shall we do more? Dive, idya. Idya means stutya. Agni, this is for Agni. This person, Agni means this, he should praise. He should praise them. Rather, the first mantra of Rig Veda is Agni Mide Purohitam Ritvajam. So this Dive idya is for Agni. And who is this Jagrivad Bihi? So, Kincha Dive Ani Idya Stutya Vandyascha. Who is protecting this? The ritualist also and the Upasak also. Ritualist also and Upasak both are doing the stuti of this Agni. Dive Idya. Idya means placed. Jagravad Bhi, see the word Jagravad Bhi. Jagravad Bhi means what? One who is Jagran Shilvad Aparmattehi, one who is alert. And Jagravad Bhi, Havishmad Bhi. Havishmad Bhi means ritualist people. I told you this month is going little here and there. Havishmad Bhi means ritualist people. So, ritualist people is mentioned by the word, which word? Havishmadbhi manushebhi. And Upasak is mentioned by the word Jagravadbhi. So both should protect this Agni. Both should protect his Agni. So, what is the meaning of that? Meaning of that is, one who is a ritualist, he should protect the outer Agni. He has to see that Agni doesn't go off. Like when you do Havan, etc., you are careful that don't put Samhita in the extinguished Havan code. You are just Swaha Swaha, you are saying there is no fire also. That is not. That should not be there. But those who are Upasak, they have to protect that thought that this is Virat. This is Virat, this thought should be protected by them. The Upasana is difficult therefore. Upasana's challenge is that you should not allow the higher thought to slip after seeing a lower object. Again I will say, Upasana's challenge is, I am seeing something. So I should be careful that I don't slip in my higher thought about seeing an object which is a lower object also. You should not slip that this is Virat. This thought should not go when you see the Agni. So this Upasak has to protect the uh, outer Agni also, and inner thought of Virat also after seeing that Agni also. Okay, this is the meaning here. And this why? Because this Baya and Antar Devata is Virat. This internal Agni is also Virat, and outside Agni is also Virat. Are you finding it difficult? Not difficult. This whole world is Virat. This is clear. Inside my body also is Agni, therefore both I am seeing as one. This Vishwa, this Agni inside the microcosm, and that Agni which is outside, that is a representation of a Virat. And this Agni which is inside my body is representation of a Vishwa. Both are one. This is the Upasak is doing like that. And one who is Karmi or the ritualist, he sees external fire and he does the ritual. What you want to say? What you want? I want to say etad vetad. What do you mean by etad vetad? I want to say that the consciousness which is appearing as Vishwa and Virat are nothing but the consciousness only. Because the microcosmic body or the microcosmic jeev or this body, behind that also is the consciousness or existence. And behind this big world also there is a consciousness. These two consciousnesses are not two. If these are two consciousnesses, then both will have desh parichinnata. That means limitation of space. My consciousness is ending with this body, and Virat is that means my consciousness will be in space, which is not possible because in the deep sleep there is no experience of space with the consciousness. And therefore this consciousness, if this consciousness is different than that consciousness, which is the substratum of the Virat, then this consciousness will become seen of the Virat Purush. If this consciousness is seen, it will become inert. If this is becoming inert, that means neither I know it, neither others know it. Neither I know it, neither others know it. This is not possible because I know myself and I know others also. So this is the meaning, etad vaitad. It is given by the analogy of Agni. Agni Upasana has been taken as the analogy. I hope this is little clear.